back to my channel. Today's video, we have your August month ahead prediction, which I am beyond excited to get into it for you. But before we dive into it, I really wanted to let all of you guys know that my exclusive program, which is known as Codes of Abundance, which is all about manifesting money and wealth and your purpose and so much more, is almost done and it is almost out, which I am beyond excited about because this is something that I created with the idea in mind that it is going to transform every single person who takes it, and you are going to become a master at manifesting wealth and abundance into your life in a way that feels purposeful and aligned to your soul, and how to manifest your absolute dream luxury life that you desire, whatever that might look like for you. So it's all about activating your personal codes to abundance and your personal codes to creating your particular dream life, which I am again beyond excited about. And if you want to sign up for the waitlist, the link will be down below in the description box. You can sign up by clicking that link down below and filling out your information so that you can be the first to know about any exclusive offers, discounts, early bird pricing, and all those types of things. And also when you sign up for the waitlist, you'll get access to a special subliminal audio that I created just for you, all about activating your most abundant timeline and about attracting more wealth and more freedom into your life and aligning more to your purpose. So if you want access to that beautiful subliminal audio, and again, if you want to be one of the first to access Codes of Abundance and also get access to those special offers and exclusive discounts, then again, you can sign up for the waitlist down below. The link down below is in the description box, and I'm so excited to see you there. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into your August prediction. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a brand new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your August 2025 month ahead prediction. So if you're curious what you can expect through your month of August, then you came to the right place. What we do here is we read the tarot cards and the oracle cards to bring you information that's intended for your highest good. And what I do is I use my intuition to channel messages from spirits and angels of 100% pure white light to bring you that information that is meant for you right now. And so of course, this topic is all about your month of August, and you're going to use your intuition to choose one of these 4 different groups, and that is going to reveal the different themes and energies that you can expect through your month of August. And your intuition is your 6th sense. It reads energy, and there's different energies and themes within each of these groups. Of course, there's going to be different themes popping up, other different events and things like that. And your intuition is going to be able to feel which group's energy matches yours. Your intuition can feel which one resonates with your energy. And so that's why these videos are super accurate. And the way that you can tap into your intuition, which everyone has intuition, you have it. It is a powerful sense. It is always with you and it's always on. And either when you looked at the thumbnail or perhaps when you clicked on this video, there might be one or more groups that stood out to you visually. Maybe you just feel this unexplainable calling towards one or more of them, or maybe one just stands out amongst the rest. And that is, of course, your intuition speaking to you. Most of the time, there's going to be one pile that stands out most amongst them. And that's going to, of course, be the one that resonates with you. And that's where you would go ahead and use the timestamps to skip ahead right to your personal reading. If you find yourself called to multiple groups, that's totally okay. That just means that there's multiple messages for you in today's video. And one more thing that I will let you guys know is that if you're visually not really feeling one of the groups, another method that you can use in order to tap into your intuition is to use your hand, and you can gently glide it. My ring is all going crazy. You can gently glide it over top of each of the groups, just sort of sensing what kind of energies that you feel in that group. If there's anything that stands out to you, if there's any one of them that you just get a magnetic pull towards, or it just, again, stands out amongst the rest. And you can use your hand to glide it over each of the piles and hold it there as long as you need to in order to kind of get a feel of which pile is resonating with you or which one of them is standing out to you or calling towards you. And then, as always, there's timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box, so you can easily navigate to your personal reading and hear about your month of August. So that is how this video works. Thank you so much for joining me here for this video. I'm just super excited to get into it. For those of you that like to choose via the crystals that I put on the piles, then I'm also going to be giving you a close-up of each of the crystals. So over on group number 1, we have this gorgeous spirit quartz crystal. Spirit aura quartz, actually, I should say. So that is for group number 1. So if you find yourself drawn to that crystal, then that is going to be your pile. Group number 2, we have this beautiful piece of, rose quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to that crystal, then that's going to be your group. Group number 3, we have this beautiful black tourmaline crystal. So if you find yourself drawn to group number 3 or to the black tourmaline, then that is going to be your pile. Then over on group number 4, we have this beautiful piece of Chrysoprase. So that is for group number 4. So those are the crystals and the group options. So of course you can pause the video, take all the time that you would like in order to find out which one is calling to you the most. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, my group number 1s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of August. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, so beginning with your Astrodice, let's go ahead and see what you can expect through your month of August. So we have Neptune in Virgo in the 10th house. So the 10th house is all about career aspirations, higher goals, all things like that. Neptune is the planet of like creativity, imagination, the media. And Virgo is very much about like organizing things or even making them a little bit more perfect or refined. And so something that I'm kind of feeling here is some of you, if you work on social media or anything like that, one thing I'm seeing is like maybe you're making things a little bit more refined. Maybe you're coming to the end of a project or trying to make things more polished up, more beautiful. If you do anything with arts or crafts or other things like that, if you like an artsy aesthetic, or if you're trying to make things more beautiful, more pleasing, or trying to even get more kind of eyes on something, perhaps you're doing some refining details within your career to bring that to life. Or if you're working on some sort of other project right now, this could be outside of media, but I wanted to just mention media since Neptune showed up. But even if you don't work in media or anything like that, perhaps you have your sights on a big goal and you're going through the dream process, because Neptune also rules dreams and our visions for our fantasy dream life type of thing, right? And Virgo is sort of just like, what is the real action plan I can take to making this vision a reality? How can I take what's in my brain and start to actually act on it? So August is going to be a month of a lot of planning, a lot of refining, getting a little bit more detail oriented. Even if you're unsure about what your vision is right now, another interpretation or another viewpoint that we could pull out of here is creating a clear vision, because Virgo wants to get clear, especially being in the 10th house. It's like, I want to have a clear higher goal that I can strive towards. And Neptune is all like the imagination and putting things together. It's artsy, it's crafty, it's imaginative, right? And so another thing that you could be doing is like refining a fun, inspiring vision, and even making one that you can strive towards or go for or go after and create. So those are all the different sort of vibes that we're getting off the bat here with Neptune being in Virgo in the 10th house. If any of you are doing any sort of creative project, I see you're going to be making a lot of progress on it. And I see that with Virgo, there's going to be a lot of like physical details that are being implemented, or even physical steps. You're going to have something a lot more tangible within the month of August, at least a tangible plan or something physical that you're actually holding and being like, this is what I created, here's what it is. And then we also do have Page of Cups being reversed. So another thing that I'm seeing is like not to get caught in perfectionism. That's one thing that's really popping up here is like, Page of Cups reminds us that we have unique gifts that we should embrace rather than trying to be refining and trying to be like somebody else. It's a reminder to be yourself and embrace your quirks, even if you don't even understand what those are, but just follow your heart and your energy. That's a reminder that Page of Cups being reversed kind of comes through with. Another thing about Page of Cups being reversed is if you're feeling like you are delaying something out of perfectionism, or you feel like, oh, it's not quite perfect yet, or it's not quite perfect yet. I really feel like you're just going through the refining process in the month of August. Like maybe something doesn't feel quite perfect yet, but you're going through a building process. And I do feel like by the end of the month, you're going to be quite proud of what you have. And for some of you, it could even be happening before the end of August, because again, it's a general reading, so the timelines are usually a little bit broader. But for some of you, this could be happening like maybe in the first week of August, we're finally like, okay, I've refined this to its perfection. Maybe it's going to happen in the second week of August for some of you. But I can tell you by the end of August, it's like we're finally getting over perfectionism when we're getting to a place where we're really pleased with something. Page of Cups being reversed as well can also talk about like really bringing a reminder for self-love, self-care, and self-fulfillment. Like, remember to fill up your cup, because when your cup is not full, it's sort of like the energy that we are striving forward with we don't really have enough energy to give. Does that make sense? Like, if our cup is not full, we don't really have enough energy or creativity to pour into something else. And so there's another reminder here, and maybe you're also feeling this, like, hey, I need to like work on filling my cup. I need to make time for me. I need to make time for the things that I love in order to have the energy and creativity to put towards where I really want it to go. King of Swords coming up as well. He can resemble a person. Even Page of Cups can resemble a person. The Page of Cups is usually a younger person. And it could even be like we're feeling like we're not connecting with this younger person as much as we would want to. So Page of Cups could resemble that, and maybe it's reversed because we're like, oh, maybe I need to like even send an apology. Or Page of Cups reverse could even be like your empathic nature is really coming out even more. King of Swords can also resemble a person. So King of Swords, he would resemble most likely a male figure, but could also be a female that just is much more masculine in the sense that, you know, she would be much more like motivated, action oriented, much more assertive type of thing. But the King of Swords can resemble you and the events that you're going through, or again, a person, which would most likely be a male figure, and most likely would be an air sign. So that would be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And this would be like more plans or ideas or great communication coming through, where we're like, oh my goodness, like I'm getting all of my ideas about what to do or what to take action on, where to go. And perhaps you're getting a lot of information. There's really good conversations or really good learning and input that you're getting. So maybe you're asking for advice from somebody and you're getting it, and it's really helpful. King of Swords can also represent an aspect of yourself. And this would mean that you're feeling really clear, right? So perhaps by the end of the month, you're like, oh, I have a clear idea. Or maybe you have like a clear vision, but it's sort of like when we're implementing it into the physical, maybe we're just like having to refine it a little bit more. Maybe we're having to like do some tweaks in order to bring our vision to life. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. So we also have 10 of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse position for the month of August. So one thing that I'm kind of getting here is perhaps you're trying to strive towards long-term success. Perhaps you're trying to strive towards something where it's like you're creating more abundance. Perhaps you're striving towards like building a career you really love, or wanting a sure promise of a particular outcome. The 10 of Pentacles being reversed is when we're either feeling like, is there a guarantee that I'm going to get this outcome? Is there a guarantee that I'm going to reach this? And one thing I'm getting from this is the release of perfectionism is going to be what brings you to the outcome that you desire. Like the release of perfectionism, and also staying focused on the outcome that you desire, and knowing that even if delays come, or even if something is paused, or even if it seems like something is not happening, the fact that you have the 10 of Pentacles popping up shows that you have this ability to create this 10 of Pentacles, which is all the abundance and all of the lasting success, right? The 10 of Pentacles is one of the best cards in the deck. When it's reversed, it shows us that we're still getting there, but there might be some like higher learning or more things to kind of build in order to get there. And so I do feel like you're making your way there. And there's a reminder coming through in the month of August. And I feel like Spirit really, really wants to bring this reminder through that you are getting there. Trust the process. Even if there's more delays, or even if you don't quite get the outcome that you desire right off the bat, Trust the process. Trust the unfoldment that's happening. That's like really like the main message that I feel like is coming through really strongly. Trust the unfoldment that's happening. Because you do have the potential to get to that 10 of Pentacles. You do have the potential to create that 10 of Pentacles, which is all the abundance and the lasting success and the vision that you desire. But there might be some more tweaks or more things to kind of learn from in order for you to get to this space. But then we also have love. So I really feel like you're putting your heart and soul into something. Love can also appear when love is a theme for the month of August for us. So perhaps you're talking to somebody, or if you're already in a relationship, perhaps there's things happening within the month of August that really spark the flame deeper. Maybe somebody's going to express something to you. Okay, maybe someone's going to express something, especially with King of Swords and Page of Cups showing up here. Perhaps somebody is like shy, or it could even be you that's feeling a little bit shy with something like, do I express myself? Do I really say what's on my heart? Am I going to be the first one to open up? Or do I send more signals? But I really feel like this King of Swords energy coming up with the Love card, I feel like there's going to be some deeper expressions that are going to come through within the month of August. And somebody's heart is getting set on fire, and I feel like it's yours. Like your heart is blazing. It's either blazing with passion for your career, or it's blazing because of like something that somebody's going to say to you, or some sort of event, some sort of happenstance within your love life that might be happening. And it would be very exciting, to say the least. We also have the card of Fate. So the egg resembles something that's currently incubating. This could be like the incubation period of a relationship that's about to go to the next level. The incubation period of like, okay, let me wait until the right time for something. And the egg could also resemble like a project that you're working on that is incubating, and it's like fated to hatch at the right time. So again, I'm hearing trust the process and trust the timing, because there's something that's fated to hatch at the right time, and it's in this incubation period right now. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. We also have the Weaver coming through. So this is when we're working on something or building something or weaving together an idea. Like I really see you possibly working with your hands on something, weaving something together, planning something. There's something happening behind the scenes. This could also be like weaving together an idea and making it a full plan, making it a full blueprint so that it can actually come to life. Let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. I want to pull an archetype card for you to see what kind of archetype energy we have for your month of August. Those ones just like slipped out of there. We're going to go with it because it was probably divine. So we have Slave and Advocate. Ooh, let's start with this one. So, I'm just dropping cards left, right, and center today. So the Slave card, there's a light attribute and a shadow attribute. So the light attribute is surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Ooh. Shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Oh, that hits hard. So that might hit you directly in some way, shape, or form, but perhaps you can take this literally what it says, and perhaps you're giving your own choices or your own willpower to others and always constantly asking, like, what would you do in my situation? What would you do if you were me? What would you do? And there might be a fear of making your own choices because it's like, what if I make the wrong choice? So I'd rather listen to somebody else, because then at least I don't have to take the blame for making the wrong choice and feel negatively about myself. And sometimes we also think that other people know better than we do. And so we're just like, okay, you tell me what you would do. And then we kind of like sit with that and feel into that. But the thing is you know better than anyone about what's best for you and what's in alignment for you, right? Because you have your own desires, your own energy, your own unique vision, right? Other people don't have your same energy or your exact same vision or your exact same path. So you are the one that's going to know exactly where to go. So when you surrender your power of choice to the divine with complete trust, or you also even have more self-trust and start to guide yourself, both of those, we come out of those like chains and we go into more freedom. So I feel like the month of August is having more self-trust, and also on top of that, having trust in the universe that it is guiding you to whatever outcome that it is that you desire. And so even if something flops, or even if something fails, or even if something doesn't quite go the way that you wanted it to, for some reason, Spirit's really wanting to come through and say to have complete trust in the divine, because there is a thing known as divine timing. Because sometimes there's things that we need to learn or build or develop or discover prior to us achieving our full desire. And I've seen this time and time again in my own life. Like, this rings so true because I've experienced this so many times. And yeah, anyway, that is just super true. We also have Advocate, which inspires you to put compassion into action. Shadow attribute is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So another one of your reminders for the month of August is to put compassion into action. So whenever you're feeling empathy, put that empathy into action. Become your own advocate as well, because I feel like also there's a message coming through to advocate for yourself rather than being a slave to what other people want or desire, rather than being a people pleaser, which is another thing that I was feeling from slave. Because a slave is kind of when we feel like we're doing things because we kind of feel like we have to, but not because we actually want to. It's also when we feel the pressure of like, oh, I need to do this because so-and-so expects me to, or this is what's expected of me. But when we take off those chains and we advocate for ourselves, for our own path, for our own desires, that's when we sort of take our power back. And for the month of August, that's something that's coming through pretty strongly here for you. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for your month of August. What else Spirit wants to say? What else Spirit wants you to know? Ooh, and I'm also hearing let others be free as well. Ooh, I heard that really hard. So for some of you, if there's been anything in your life, I also feel like this card wants to come out. If there's been anything in your life where you feel like you just want other people to understand you, or you want other people to maybe accept what you believe or understand what you believe or anything like this, I'm also hearing let them be free as well. Or if you're wanting somebody to kind of like, you know, act in the way that you want them to, it ends up kind of like, well, okay, here's a better way I could say this. If you're really wanting somebody to take a certain action, or you're really wanting somebody to do something, and you're just like, oh, please, I just want them to do this, or if we're trying to control another person's thoughts, feelings, or actions, we're wanting them to be a certain way. The thing is we're never able to control anybody but ourselves. We're never able to control anybody but ourselves. And if we do control somebody else, it's never within their own willpower. So it's kind of like, what's the point anyway? For example, if we're trying to make somebody like love us or something, it's like, well, then we're sort of just pushing them to do something that's inauthentic. And even if they are like doing the actions that we want them to do, is it real at its core? No, right? And so if something's not turning out the way you want it, don't try to bend it or control it. Instead, learn from it and learn what you can do in your own shoes and how you can act in yourself to maybe create the outcome that you desire. Maybe there's certain things that we need to let go, or certain things that we need to remove the ropes on. This could be within ourselves, or, you know, externally, like trying to control something external versus having control over ourselves and going in the direction that we desire. So I really feel like the month of August is breaking off the chains of control for yourself and being more free to do what you desire to do in your own shoes, but also giving other people the same benefit and releasing them as well from your expectations. Because it's like you're freeing yourself from other people's expectations and other people's wants, but then we also need to free other people to do what they want too. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is like freeing yourself and also freeing others, and then just being you, having boundaries and going and striving towards what you desire, whilst allowing the freedom of yourself and others in the process. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. For some reason, that message wanted to come through. And what I really feel is also putting compassion into action, like having compassion for others, being an advocate for yourself and your own freedom, but then also being an advocate for other people and their freedom. I don't know why that's coming through, but that wanted to come through. We also have the card of energy. So calling your energy back, especially if you felt like your energy was being drained from something. Perhaps in the month of August, this is a big focus on like, I'm going to focus on my energy, how to, you know, have boundaries with other people who drain my energy, to call my energy back, to allow myself to be unique, to allow myself to be in control of my energy and all of that. I also feel like you might be doing things to help replenish your energy as well. Then we also have the card of authenticity. I feel like there's going to be a really important conversation that happens in the month of August. Perhaps a really important conversation with like a loved one, where it's a calling for you to be authentic. It's a calling for you to voice what's really on your mind, allow you to voice maybe the surrendering of letting someone else have their freedom while also setting yourself free as well. Then we also have the card of success. So I feel like this conversation is going to lead towards success. It's going to lead towards a happy outcome. And I also feel like there's success on the horizon for you, especially if there's some kind of project or something or goal that you're striving towards. There's going to be success by the end of the month. There's going to be a lot of like figuring things out, getting people on the same page and allowing that freedom to transpire. So that is what's coming through here. Let's go ahead and dive into some more cards. I feel like taking out these ones for you. And let's see any last messages that Spirit might want to leave us off with here for your month of August. I definitely see that these conversations that you're going to be having are going to be really productive, and it's going to help you birth a new chapter. It's going to help you weave together the right path, the right outcome, the right schedule, because Virgo is also very connected to schedules and planning. It's going to help you weave together a better plan, a better schedule, all of that. I feel like you're also going to learn how to advocate for yourself, how to really speak up, how to really speak your mind. Then we also have the card here of dream. Ooh, so this one says, have a cup of tea in the garden and find yourself in a good book. This is time for you to daydream. What kind of outcome do you really want to create? What kind of life do you really want to create? I feel like this is a dreaming month. And just like we had in the Astro Days, this is a month of bringing your dreams to life. This is a month of planning and putting into action your dreams, because maybe you were caught in a bunch of different webs, a bunch of different obligations, a bunch of different things where it felt like you couldn't really bring your dreams to life. This month is like, I'm advocating for myself. I'm really speaking up to set myself free and moving towards my dreams. But it's also gaining clarity on what that dream vision actually looks like, what it actually is. Then we also have the card here, forgiveness, which I also felt like was a big part of August for you. So a crushed flower still gives off a sweet scent. Ooh, this one's actually powerful, because I actually feel like there might be a big important conversation that needs to happen in the month of August, but I actually feel like it's gonna have a very sweet ending. So even though there could be hurt feelings, even though it could be a hard conversation, there's gonna be a sweet aftermath. So even though it's just like, oh, that was hard, I had to like really get that out, we had to rip off the Band-Aid, we had to have this hard conversation, there's still gonna be this sense of sweetness in the air. And I actually feel like it's going to help bring out a sense of sweetness, because then it's like, oh, well, now I understand you, you understand me, and things are like better, even though you can kind of still feel like the intensity of the conversation. And that's what the crushed flower represents. It's like we still feel the intensity of that conversation. We still feel the intensity of confronting that. But at the same time, there's like this sweet scent in the air. It's like this sweet energy of like, but the sweetness is coming back in. Okay. Then we also have generosity. If this wants to focus, there we go. Sow seeds of kindness. That is your month of August, is sowing seeds of kindness, sowing seeds of harmony, but not being a slave to it, not feeling like we need to people please. It's instead being authentic, literally being authentic, but advocating for yourself and still sowing seeds of kindness along the way. Wow. There's going to be a lot that gets figured out. It's going to be healing. It's going to be healing. It's going to allow you to reach to a big picture vision that you have. It's going to be great. Things are going to go really well. We also have a number 10 here, and the 10th house came up to you. So again, there's something here with striving for a higher result, striving for a bigger goal. This could even be dealing with career. So for a lot of you, this might even be something that's in the work realm for some of you, or it's in the relationship realm and you also just have work projects on the side as well, or other kind of things that you're striving towards. But that is what we have here for you. My group number 1's all about your month of August. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm stumbling over my words, and I'm sending you so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 2's, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of August. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 2's, let's begin with your astro dice here and let's see your month of August. So we have Pluto in Gemini in the 3rd house. So Pluto is the planet of transformations. It's also the planet of endings. However, whenever there's an ending with Pluto, it always gives us a gift because it removes what no longer serves us. So there's something here that is in your life that is going through a big transformation, or even that something is ending, but it's ending because it's actually no longer serving you and you're meant for something else. And Pluto always gives us a gift to replace whatever's been removed, and it gives us a gift that's more in alignment with our energy and is in fact meant for us. So there's something here where perhaps in the month of August is about a shedding. It's about some kind of ending, some kind of letting go. And we also have Gemini in the 3rd house. So this would talk about an important conversation where maybe we have to talk about like, hey, this is coming to an end. Perhaps this is with a friend, perhaps this is with a romantic relationship for some of you, or perhaps this is giving in your notice at work and being like, okay, I'm ending this certain thing, I'm no longer doing this, we're coming to an end with this. It's some sort of ending, or it could even be like a bit more of like a nonchalant ending. And it could also be an ending within yourself. Like, okay, I'm ending this big chapter. It could even be like, I'm ending the chapter and I'm moving away here. Or it could be like just the ending of a chapter in your life in some way, shape, or form. There's an ending of a particular chapter. And that is what Pluto represents. And it removes things from our life that, again, no longer serve us. They're just no longer resonating with us. They're no longer working for us. And that's just because they weren't meant to last forever anyway. They may even be going through a transformation of some kind, or even you are going through a transformation where you're just like, I'm just changing on a deep, deep, deep level. So even if there's no like hard, solid ending in your life that you can see at the moment, this could also be that you're going through such a deep internal transformation that you're just changing so much that you're no longer going to be the same person. And that's an ending as well, too. So this could be an internal ending as well, of like removing all the aspects of yourself. Like, this is no longer who I am. And I'm changing so deeply. And Gemini would be like, oh yeah, mentally, I can see I'm just so different. The way that you speak is so different. Just who you are in general is just so different. And perhaps you feel that internally. But again, also this could be physically like having to talk about an ending as well. Having to talk about like a goodbye, having to say a goodbye, or giving in like a notice at work or something like this. So I'm just pointing out all the different options of what this could be. There could also be a really important transformative conversation that's going to happen for some of you in the month of August. And this could be like all of a sudden somebody says something or introduces you to something, or you read something, and then all of a sudden you go through the biggest transformation ever, because the 3rd house in Gemini can also be connected to reading, also courses. So this could also be that you are doing a lot of self-transformational work right now, and you are going to be shifting on a very deep level in the month of August, doing massive, massive shifts of like, oh, wow, I see who I want to be now. And I feel like you're going to do just like such a massive shift in and of yourself through the month of August, shedding old aspects of you, reading things, and all of a sudden you read something that you're like, oh my gosh, now I see who I really am, and I no longer want to be the same person, and that just changed me on the deepest level. So that is kind of the gist and the main energy of the month of August. But let's go ahead and dive into some more details, kind of see what else is going to be happening for you through August. Okay, lots of cards just wanted to come out there. Let's see what we get. So, the fact that we have death coming out, by the way, let me just put these cards down. Okay. So the fact that we have death coming out and it is in the reverse position, you are ready for a transformation. This card is very connected to the Plutonian energy of shedding, of transformation, of releasing. Like you're really, wow, you're going through a big shedding. When it's reversed, it can talk about an internal shift that you're doing, like a big internal shift that you feel underneath right now. And perhaps when you're listening to this reading, you're like, I have been feeling like there's a big change ahead of me. I have been feeling like I'm going through a big metamorphosis. And you're ready to spread your wings. You're ready to no longer be tied down to the old chapter of your life. And this could also lead you to wanting to end certain things externally as well, such as like changing a job or ending a relationship or, things like that. It could lead to significant choices like that. But what I can say for sure is when death is reversed, this is a very deep internal shift that you're feeling, an internal calling. And the month of August is your time to bring that internal calling to the external and to begin taking action that reflects that internal change that you've been going through and creating. We also have the Chariot. So yeah, taking action, having a breakthrough and deciding which direction you're going to go in, because the Chariot can also talk about like maybe we've had a big choice in front of us. Maybe we're like, okay, do I stay according to my past or do I go towards my calling? And of course you can see she's very much shifting in a certain direction. So, for you, I really feel like you're going to be listening to that internal calling that you've been having. And you're going to start making some big shifts in your life, to say the least, and having breakthroughs. It's no longer going to be something that's just hiding underneath. This is calling you to have that big breakthrough. We also have divine wisdom coming through. So when this card is reversed, it can sometimes indicate that we're like sometimes second guessing ourselves. When we're like, okay, is this the proper inner calling? Am I going to really listen to that inner calling? And I just really feel like you've been feeling it so deeply, and sometimes you're questioning it, but it's like I can't really ignore it anymore type of feeling. The month of August is this feeling of like, yeah, I can't ignore this anymore. It's just been knocking on my back door for a while and I just need to start taking action on it. I need to start following it. King of Swords being reversed. Yeah, we've almost been silent for a while about this feeling, contemplating it, wondering like, do I follow this? Do I listen to this? And yeah, I just feel like August is your month of truly listening to it. 8 of Cups, yeah, there's your confirmation. There is your confirmation. We're walking away from something. Walking away from the past, walking away from our old chapter, walking away from something or someone. But there's definitely an ending. There's definitely a leaving behind. I feel like you're seeking true fulfillment because the 8 of Cups represents seeking true fulfillment, seeking something that's actually going to bring you the fulfillment that you are wanting and desiring, and the fulfillment that honestly you deserve, because all of us deserve to be fulfilled. And there's something that clearly wasn't very fulfilling before. And it's like you're going on that journey to something better. And you might also be making shifts more internally through like most of August. Like most of August might be you really feeling this deep within and starting to take action, but perhaps you're not even talking about it yet. Perhaps you're kind of like doing some things more silently first. So for example, if this is like a job that you're like, I need to leave this, perhaps you're like, I'm seeking my other job. I'm taking action towards my other job. I'm not going to tell my current job yet because maybe I still need it. So it's like, I'm going to start taking action towards what I really want. And then eventually, like 8 of Cups popping up, I do feel like you're eventually making that bold move by the end of the month, or at least very shortly after. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group number 2 is about your month of August. I feel like that card wants to come out. The Revolutionary. You're creating a revolution. There's a spark. There's a spark that you can't ignore, and you're going to be creating a revolution in your life, being the leader of something. Like, okay, I'm leading the way to my new chapter. Then we also have Get Wild. Making radical choices is part of getting wild. Letting yourself be free, no longer staying tamed. Letting your voice be free. Okay, I also feel like pulling out an archetype card for you for the month of August, kind of seeing the main archetypal theme that is going to be happening for you. So we have the card of the Seeker and the Lover. Wow. Wow. Both of these ring so true. Okay, so let's start off with the Seeker. So the Seeker archetype, the light attribute is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found. I actually feel like you're seeking out a new path, because I feel like you don't resonate with the previous one. So you have a thirst to find your true path. And so the month of August is your month of being the seeker. Okay. Then we also have the lover, light attributes, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Shadow attributes is obsessive passion that harms others, or self-destructive devotion. Self-destructive devotion. Sometimes we stay devoted to something, but it's not good for us. And I feel like this is your month of breaking free from that. This is literally group 2's your month of breaking free from something that you've been devoted to that hasn't been good for you. Because also the seeker, it's like, I feel like you need to embody the seeker. That's kind of the energy I'm getting for you. It's like you've been called to embody the seeker, because I feel like you've been overly committed to a path that you didn't even like. Overly committed to a path that wasn't right for you. So that can also be another shadow attribute of the seeker. It's like, oh, I did find a path and I'm just going to stay here even though I have this seeker calling. So yes, I feel like you're seeking what you truly love, a path that you're truly going to love. The right person, the right job, the right you that you're really going to love. I feel like you're on a love journey of finding what truly resonates with you, what you can truly love. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into more cards here for you. Let's see what else we have, my group 2s, for your month of August. It seems like it's going to be a massive, major month. We also have confidence, being confident in yourself and in your path and what you feel internally. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. This is your month of stepping more into your confidence. Wow. And let's go ahead and see, let's get one more card here at least before going into your last cards of the day. I feel like your message was just super clear and straightforward. And so it didn't even need to be like crazy long. We also have the card of harmony. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. So I feel like you're getting into more harmony with your energy and your inner callings and what you really feel called to do, be, have, create. Let's go ahead and see, my group 2s, what else we have for you for the month of August. We also have the card here of strength. Don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. Yes. Oh my gosh, that rings so true. Don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. So things that hurt you, things that don't make you feel good, things that aren't what you want to grow. What are those things that you're like, okay, I don't want to grow that in my life. I don't want to have that in my life. I don't want to continue watering it. I don't want to continue growing it. Don't let those things cultivate in your garden and continue growing. It's time to cut them out. So have the strength to cut them out. We also have success. Bloom wherever you are planted. You can bloom even where you are right now. Even if you're not super happy with it, you can start to bloom into your own confidence. And that's going to be where you get the confidence to go in the direction that you desire to go in. So bloom now. Start blooming now. Don't wait for your path to change before you bloom. Bloom now and go on your new path. Then we also have surprises. Venture down the rabbit hole. Yes, there's going to be surprises waiting there for you. So I actually feel like you're going to be surprised about all of the goodness that awaits you as you rip off the Band-Aid and go in the direction that you feel called to go in. Venture down the rabbit hole. You'll be surprised what you find. So that is your reading here, my beautiful group number 2s for the month of August. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, so beginning with your Astrodice, let's go ahead and see what we get for you, my beautiful group 3s. So we have Saturn, the planet of productivity and responsibility and all of that, being in Sagittarius in the second house. So the second house is your material world. And ooh, Saturn, I feel like you are becoming much more responsible when it comes to your finances, much more organized when it comes to your finances, also even your material belongings. So some of you might be like, okay, I need to like look at what I own, what I have, and I need to do a declutter of the things that I no longer want, the things that no longer resonate with me, the things that don't bring me the energy and evoke the ambience and the energy that I desire to express and have. And I also feel like you're getting more responsible with your finances because you're wanting to expand your finances, my group threes, because this Sagittarius energy, Sagittarius likes to expand. It likes to reach for more. It likes to see what's possible. It likes to push beyond what it used to find possible. So I also feel like some of you might be learning more about finances, learning more about how to expand your finances. You might also be interested in like investing and how to like really grow things, because maybe you're just like on a path right now or in a chapter of your life where it's like, I want to learn how to become more rich, more wealthy, more abundant. I want to learn how I can afford the big things that I desire, because the second house is also making me feel like some of you might have big goals or dreams when it comes to like what you want to own, what you want to experience, what you want to have. And Saturn being here, I feel like you're committing yourself to a bigger vision here. And you're also committing yourself to learning what you need to learn in order to grow your finances to a much bigger place. So that's kind of what we're getting here off the bat. Your month of August is going to be like saving money more, investing money more, learning how to grow money, even figuring out ways to like even work ideas, project ideas of like, how can I expand my money? How can I expand my finances? And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, my group threes. What else do we have for my group threes? There could even be like a big thing that you're desiring to purchase already. Like there might even be something that you're just like, I really want to get to this place where I can buy this material thing or create this or build this. Saturn also helps us create that discipline, create that vision. It helps us create a clear vision of what we want. And with the Alchemist card coming up, also we have number 2, the second house, and number 2 is showing up. So 2s are showing up for you. You're in the planning stage. You're in the alchemy stage of like, okay, how can I take what I have and turn it into more? That's alchemy. How can I take what I have and turn it into this? How can I take my lead and turn it into gold, right? Like that's the old kind of saying about what alchemy is like turning lead into gold, although it's like so much deeper than that. However, when it's regarding finances, you think about lead and it's much more cheaper, and then gold is like this luxury thing. I feel like you're learning how to take what you have right now and turn it into gold, turn it into something that's so worthy, turn it into something that is like so much more valuable. I feel like you might also be on a journey of becoming more valuable yourself, and which, by the way, I need to quickly say, you're already infinitely valuable, right? You're already literally infinitely valuable, but perhaps you're on a journey of like, I want to become more valuable. I want to like learn some things, grow my skills to provide more value, to do more, to do this, to do that. So I feel like you're on this journey of like turning what you have right now into so much more. How can I take my skills? How can I take my money, how can I take my belongings and literally turn it into more? Some of you, why am I seeing renovations as part of this? Like, or redecorating, reorganizing, wanting to create a life where you just feel like you're surrounded more by luxury, feeling like you're surrounded more by like valuable things. So yeah, that's coming through really strongly. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. We also have caretaker coming through. So caretaker, end, reunite, serve, and accompany. So I feel like you're taking care of your money more. You're realizing what it's really worth. And I also feel like perhaps you're taking something that you have and making it better. You're taking something that you have and you're making it better. You're alchemizing it. Maybe you're polishing up your home. Maybe you're like, oh, if I just like, do a new paint job, or if I just like add in some ambience, or if I just rearrange my furniture or do something like this. For some reason, that care and love and attention can take something that was like once blah and turn it into something that's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely mind-blowing. That's like, whoa, look at what we created. Look at what we did. Like, I don't know why I'm getting reminded of this video that I saw on Instagram. It was this reel where somebody redid their bathroom with only $50, and literally the before and after was like, whoa, like that's really insane, like what they were able to do with that, and only used $50. And they just did like a paint job and like rearranged some of the things that were there, decluttered it, and it literally looked like an entirely new bathroom. It literally looked like high vibe all of a sudden. So maybe you're doing something in your life to make it feel like you're turning something old and making it new, turning something that was once sort of less value and making it more value, and even doing that within yourself. So that's huge. So my group number 3s, you're doing some big work here, creating things into more value, bringing more value to things, doing all kinds of fun stuff like that. Let's go ahead and see what else we got going on for you for the month of August. So my group 3s, what else do we have for the month of August for you? What else can you expect? We also, we got a lot of cards that wanted to come out here. So we have the Hangman being reversed. So something that once felt like it was on pause, or it was a waiting game, or even something that we were once kind of ignoring, that we're just like, oh, I'm putting that off till the right time. Now is the right time. Action is being taken. The month of August is going to be big on action. Wow, there's another secret card below here. The 7 of Wands. You are taking action in the month of August. You're overcoming old obstacles. You're also going to be taking care of things that, yeah, you once kind of put off and maybe it felt like a lot, but it's about to be a really productive month for you, to say the least. My group 3s, it's going to be very productive. You're going to be surprised at how much you get done this month. You're going to be quite surprised. We also have the Tower being reversed, so rebuilding. This could literally be renovations for some of you, taking something and rebuilding it to being more beautiful. Also taking something that was once unstable. So this could also be talking about finances, taking something that was once kind of rocky and then being like, you know what? I'm going to make a solid, clear foundation. I'm going to now build this. I have the right wisdom to build it more stable than ever before. In fact, the Tower reversed is one of the best cards in the deck, especially like being in the reverse position, because it talks about building something that is so steady. Because when the Tower is upright, it talks about building something on an unsteady foundation. And what happens when we build something on an unsteady foundation? It's going to eventually fall over and collapse, right? But when we learn the lesson from that, and then we're like, oh, now I know how to build it properly so that it doesn't topple over again. I know what to do this time so that it works out the way that I want it to. That is what you are now building in the month of August. You're building something to now be the way that you desire it to be. Then we also have the High Priestess, working on something behind the scenes. High Priestess can also talk about like waiting for, like not speaking about something before it's time, kind of doing something behind the scenes, not being showboaty about it. Like the High Priestess can talk about that. She can also talk about wisdom that we have within, or utilizing wisdom, learning wisdom, realizing that we know a lot more than we thought we did. So she can resemble all of that. And she can also resemble listening to your intuition, letting your intuition guide you, because she's like the master of her intuition. She's like the card that rules intuition within the tarot. And so I also feel like you're going to be realizing that you know more than you think you know. And you're going to be really putting that knowledge to work in the month of August. There could also be something you're working on behind the scenes, because the High Priestess can talk about those like secrets, or like not talking about something. So there could also be something that you're working on behind the scenes that you haven't really told anybody about yet, but you're like alchemizing something, you're preparing for something. And the curtains haven't kind of revealed what that is yet. You're kind of keeping it more on the down low. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, my beautiful group 3s, about your month of August. We also have Dare to Dream. So perhaps you're dreaming of like a bigger vision of some kind, or even going for more luxury is something that I'm seeing, because this claw grabbing the diamond is making me feel like more luxury. And also a claw grabbing a diamond. I don't know if some of you are thinking about like marriage or proposals, or even committing to something, because also rings and diamonds can resemble commitments, long-term commitments. So maybe committing to something, or choosing something, deciding something really important this month. Then reflection. Why am I seeing a mirror in a bathroom? I don't know. Are some of you guys doing something? But anyway, reflection. So this could also be you doing some reflection on your past and seeing like, okay, now I know what I want for my future based on what my past has been. Reflection can also just be time off to just hang out and chill. Or even, why am I seeing polishing something up again? Polishing something up and it becoming more shiny. Being even a deeper reflection, because like, you know, when you polish something up and all of a sudden it becomes so shiny that you can see your own reflection. I don't know why that's coming through for me again. Then we also have the wildling here as well. So ripping the Band-Aid off is another analogy that's coming in. Having the courage to be a little bit more wild and free, not feeling like you need to be proper, not feeling like you need to do things the way that other people want you to do them, or feeling like you can kind of take the reins and make them a bit looser. Have a little bit more fun, flexibility, being a little bit more wild, being a little bit more free in the month of August is coming through. Let's go ahead and get an archetype card for you as well to see what else we have going on, what other themes we have. The archetype cards show and reveal so much about kind of our archetypes and our transformation through what we're going through. So I feel like it's going to be pretty powerful. Let's see what we have. We have the visionary coming up for you. The visionary, you're probably planning something. You have a vision that you're striving to achieve. But anyway, the light attributes of the visionary is capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Ooh, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. I love it. Shadow attributes, selling insights to the highest bidder. Compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Ding, 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 ding. Compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. How many, raise your hand in the room if you've ever compromised your own vision to make it more acceptable to other people? Because I feel like we've all been guilty of that at some time or another. So something that I'm really feeling for you is a piece of advice that's coming through, or a big lesson that's trying to make itself known through the month of August, is to not compromise your vision in order to feel more accepted by other people. This is your month to go after your vision the way you want it to be, okay? Because you have the capacity to conceive what's not yet conceivable to others. So other people might not even understand your vision. That's why sometimes we need to be quiet about it, right? The high priestess coming through. Sometimes it's best to be quiet about it and not even talk about it, because sometimes other people are just gonna, not understand us, or say like, oh, you're dreaming too big, or this or that. And they're gonna have all sorts of like input that is not productive for us to hear about. And so something I'm seeing is be your own visionary, but be cautious of who you share it with, because other people, you don't want to be torn down for what you're visualizing right now. You want to go on your own path, right? So you have the capacity to envision what others don't even have the ability to conceive of yet. And this is also willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So it's kind of just like, I'm doing this because I want to do this. I'm not doing this for any selfish reasons. I'm doing it for me because this is what I feel is in alignment, right? And that's in and of itself amazing and beautiful. So let's go ahead and dive into some more cards for you. I also feel like this is your month of being like an artist. We have new beginnings coming through, master number 44. And what's crazy is I took my daughter to swimming lessons today, and her parking spot was number 44, which I thought was crazy. And it was the only parking spot left in the parking lot. And it was just so happened to be number 44, which is crazy. So anyway, new beginnings is coming through for you. And 44s resemble setting a foundation, setting up a solid foundation. So I feel like you're setting up a solid foundation for finances. You're also setting up a solid foundation to rebuild something with your home life, becoming more solid, more secure. And let's go ahead and see one more card here. I feel like this one wants to come through. Inspiration, letting your inspiration guide you. I feel like this is going to be a very inspiring, creative month. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into any last cards that want to come through for you for your month of August. So let's see my group threes Any last messages for my group 3s regarding their month of August? So we have the card of Breathe coming through. We're going to read that one in just a second, but let's maybe try to get one more at least here. Let's see, these ones want to come through. So we have Share. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. Also be right back. Okay, we are back. So Share, the busy bee should still make time for each flower. So even when you're really busy, even the times that you're super busy, there's always time for the things that matter to you. So for example, like your friends, your family, your obligations, your work, and all those things that are important to you. It's good to share your time. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. And let's go ahead and see your other card. We also have Beginnings. Don't be afraid to start small. Yes, that is so true. Because sometimes we're like so afraid to start something because we expect like, oh, no, it has to be big, it has to be grand, it has to be perfect, it has to be this, it has to be that. But sometimes just getting started is like the biggest hurdle that we need to get over. And right when we're started, that's where we can grow something. So even if it's something to do with finances or something that you're starting here, even if you're like saving a little bit, like open up a savings account, even put like $2 in there, right? Don't be afraid to start small. Things grow over time. Or if you're getting started in like investing or saving up for something or whatever the case may be, don't be afraid to start small. Whatever your beginning is, because there's some sort of new beginning or something that you're creating and something that you're ready to expand. Don't be afraid to start small. It doesn't need to be super grand. It doesn't need to be super huge, but any beginning is better than no beginning. Anything is better than nothing. And then we also have the card of Breathe coming through as well. And Breathe says, slow down and contemplate the tea. Violets and ivy tangled around the eaves. Ooh. Ooh, slow down and contemplate the tea. Violets and ivy tangled around the eaves. Ooh, so before, I feel like there's a weird advice coming through that is completely relevant, but something I'm seeing here is like, if you feel like there's anything that happens in the month of August where you want to react to something really quick, like it could be like gossip or it could be some sort of other information, and you feel like, oh, I need to react really quick. Or even if somebody's trying to rush you into something and it's just like, you need to choose this now, or you need to like have an answer right away. Slow down and contemplate any of that tea and detangle it in your mind before, like take a pause, right? Don't rush anything. Slow down and contemplate what's happening. Slow down and contemplate everything. Detangle it in your own mind before acting upon it. That's something that's really coming through strongly. So just use that as a wise piece of wisdom from Spirit coming through, is just slow down. There's no rush to anything, okay? Just literally slow down and don't rush. And don't be afraid to start small, because any beginning is better than no beginning. Any little bit is better than nothing at all. And then again, share your time, make time for all the flowers, and have fun expanding your finances, have fun expanding yourself, have fun in expanding to your dream vision, to that higher goal that you have, and welcoming in this new beginning and this inspiration and this creative period where you are the visionary. So anyway, cheers to you. I'm hoping you have the best month ever, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4 is, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of August. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 4 is, let's go ahead and start off with your Astro Dice here, and let's see. So we have Mercury in Libra in the 12th house. So the 12th house is like your subconscious mind. It's also your internal world, your spirituality, your creativity, your visions for life, and all things like that. It can also resemble things that we've kept within, like secrets that we've kept within, or internal feelings that we've kept within, internal thoughts that we've kept within, all types of things like that. Mercury is the planet of expression and planning and talking and communication and learning and like quick tasks that we need to do, responsibilities that we have. And Libra is the zodiac sign of balance, of fairness, of truth, of justice, of honesty. It's also the zodiac sign of flirtation. So there's a lot of different messages that we have kind of coming through here. So your month of August, for one, I feel like you have internal thoughts or ideas that you're going to be planning, that you're going to be putting into their planning stages, like really starting to take something that's in your mind and make it more in the physical world. There could also be unexpressed feelings that you have that are going to be really popping up through the month of August, unexpressed feelings that maybe you're really needing to speak more in your own authority. Maybe you're needing to set certain boundaries. Maybe you even have feelings for someone that you're just like, do I express this? Do I tell them how I really feel? Do I tell them what I'm really thinking? And this could either go in a negative or positive way, right? So if it's like negative things in your mind, like I really need to speak my mind, I really need to get this off my chest. Perhaps the month of August is going to be the month where you're just like, I really need to talk about this. I need to like stand my ground. I need to put these boundaries up. I need to speak this. Or perhaps again, this could go with those like more positive feelings, such as like, I have love that I need to express. I have feelings that I need to express, and do I express them? Perhaps you're also waiting for somebody else to express something, because maybe you're just like feeling like, hey, I feel like something's on your mind. You want to tell me what it is, right? So there could be like somebody as well that has feelings for you that they are wanting to express, and it's going to come out in the month of August, right? And I want you to know that either direction that this goes in, whether it's you needing to get something off your chest or somebody that's, you know, whether it's like positive or negative, what I'm feeling from this is both of them are leading to a positive outcome. So if it's you needing to get something off your chest, that's going to lead to a positive, fair outcome. Libra leads us to justice and fairness, and also leads us to like flirtation and things like that. But I feel like there's multiple messages coming through because, again, these are general readings. So for some of you, if you do feel like you have something on your chest that's been weighing on you, bothering you, that you know you need to speak about, then obviously you're going to know that, okay, I fall into that category. Or for some of you, if you're like, you know, if you've been in a relationship and maybe the I love you hasn't been spoken yet or something, and you've just been waiting around for it, perhaps this is that month, right? You know, you're going to know which side of the spectrum that you sit on regarding this. But there are feelings that are like coming through, and both of them are leading to positive outcomes. I really want to make that clear. So whichever side of the spectrum that you're on, both of these are leading to really positive outcomes. But let's see what else we get for you. We also have Four of Wands being reversed. Okay. I feel like you guys are waiting to celebrate something. There's something to be celebrated. When it's reversed, it's kind of just like, okay, we're like waiting on it. We're even planning something. It could talk about planning a celebration, planning something big, or even waiting for something to kind of happen. Four of Wands can also resemble reaching a milestone of some kind, a milestone that's worth celebrating. When it's in the reverse position, again, we might still be working towards it or planning for it or waiting for it to kind of happen and come to its fruition. If any of you are taking an important test this month or doing anything like that, I would say like the Four of Wands being reversed, study, put in your work, do all those things that you need to do. For those of you that are on the spectrum where there's something on your chest that you need to speak about and say, and maybe you're worried about disappointing somebody, I really feel like it's going to come to a point where more stable ground is going to be made. More stable ground is going to be made once things are spoken about. We also have the card of strength. So I feel like you're calling upon your strength this month to really speak your mind. But I also feel like strength, it's about patience, right? Patience with trust the process, trust the unfoldment of these things. If there's a vision that you have on your mind that you're planning to bring to reality, you can get there with patience, determination, and strength to strive forward. But yeah, for those of you that are like also getting impatient, waiting around for something, allow the unfoldment to happen. It's all happening in divine timing. Five of Pentacles being reversed. I do feel like there's going to be a time of being able to like have this closeness, even when things feel like far away. That's the words that wanted to come out with this. Because Five of Pentacles, when it's upright, it resembles kind of feeling left out or waiting around for something or feeling like you're on your own about something. When it's reversed, it's being accepted, even accepting yourself, even accepting your own feelings. And also it's like, I'm getting this, what shows in this card is these two people hugging. So for those of you that have something deep and hard to talk about, I feel like there's going to be this forgiveness and closeness that happens afterwards, even if the conversation is really hard in the beginning. For those of you that it's more about like love and like expressing something that you deeply feel and you're just like, it's like more on the positive side, I feel like you're going to be so happy that you expressed it because you're going to finally feel like, oh, maybe it's actually like reciprocated, and that's going to be really nice. Whereas before you were wondering, am I all alone in this? Am I all alone in this feeling? Or is like, do I go out there and be bold? I feel like there's going to be some nice reciprocation happening and you're going to be really pleased about that. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, my group number 4s. And again, this could be taken like not even with intimate relationships. Like this could be even something with work where it's like, I really need to express my true feelings, and maybe we get accepted and maybe all is good, all is well. You know, things like that. So this could apply to all kinds of different situations, relationships, things like that. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. I feel like these cards want to come out. So we have the Sage. Negative energy is going to be cleared. If there's any like negative energy or negative kind of like things that you need to speak about or get off your chest, it is going to be cleared. You're going to feel so refreshed, so good after. And then again, for those of you where this is like a positive thing that needs to be expressed, you're going to feel so cleansed after getting it off your chest. You're going to feel such a breath of fresh air. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Then we also have the card of the underworld. The underworld is where we're refining ourselves. We're refining our vision. We're refining and becoming like stronger and more brighter and with more brilliance. Because if you think about a crystal, how it's formed under pressure and under heat, there is something that's been forming under pressure and under heat. And this could be, again, something that you've been feeling like you need to speak about and say, whether it's positive or negative. It's been really forming and solidifying for some time. And in that right moment, when it gets dug up and expressed in that right moment, there's clarity, there's brilliance, because again, the more form that it gets, the more clear it becomes. So the more you form your own thoughts prior to expressing them, the clearer they become. The more you sit with your own thoughts, the more you contemplate and like reflect on them, the clearer they become. And then it's easier to express ourselves with clarity, with ease, and all those different things. So that card is really relevant coming up there. And I've never actually used that card in that sense before, where we're using it in the sense of like speaking about something, but that's a really cool interpretation or view that came through. We also have the card of surrender. So being able to release and let go. Being able to trust the process, trust the unfoldment, being able to surrender to like, okay, I have these feelings, I'm going to express them, and I'm going to surrender to the unfoldment of what happens here on out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what archetype card we have coming out for you for the month of August. So my group 4 is what archetype is going to be relevant for you. We have the card of Judge coming through for your archetype card. So let's see the light and shadow attributes of the Judge card here and what it's meaning for you. So the light attribute is balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Ooh, that's hidden in many types of ways. I'm getting epiphanies here. We also have shadow attributes, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. So something that I'm feeling here is if any of you are going through any work stuff and you know, maybe there's things that you want to say, boundaries that you have to set. This could even be with like a partner at home or something like this. And perhaps the kind of meaning behind this card and the archetype that's really coming through for you is to create fairness. Like if you really, really want to be heard and you want to be listened to, maybe the first thing that we need to do is offer that listening and hear someone else prior. And sometimes that's literally the best thing that we can do. especially if we really, really want to be listened. The best thing to do is like, okay, you tell me your side first. Tell me everything you want to know about. Tell me all the things. And then sometimes when you hear that first, all of a sudden it kind of like helps us, right? So for some reason I'm hearing this balance, this fairness, especially because Libra, it's very connected to justice and balance and fairness, and it's resembled by the scales. And so fairness and equality is really coming through here, and balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. For those of you where you're wanting to like speak about something really positive and you're like, when's the right time? Do I say it? Do I do it? Do I wait for them? The feeling that I'm getting for you is the scales are even. We don't need to wait around. If we don't want to, we can be the first one to come forward and say something. We can be. Or perhaps if we do want to wait, we just have that patience. We allow, or we even can inquire or ask about something, right? We manage the fair distribution of power. It's like, okay, well, let's keep this fair. And if I really want to hear something, maybe I can inquire about it. Maybe I can inquire about it, right? And that way we're both in the ball court. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. We already went through these cards. Why am I pulling them out again? We need to go into this deck now. So let's see what else we get for you, my group 4s, for your month of August. My group 4s, your month of August. So we have the card of peace coming through. So after saying what needs to be said, I feel like peace is going to be had. This internal peace of like, I got this off my chest. I'm no longer carrying it around with me. I'm just in this bliss and in this peace after. Or it's even like creating peace amongst you and another person. Creating this relaxing energy. I'm also seeing this ambience, which is really nice. We also have sensuality coming through. So it's going to deepen your connection with somebody, being able to express what's really on your mind. It's going to be able to deepen your connection. Then we also have the card of prosperity. I feel like fruitfulness is coming after this, where we feel prosperous, we feel happy, we feel in alignment, we feel like I'm so glad I did that. We have a 3 and a 3 here. So I feel like there's going to be really good collaborative expression, really good like connection with who you're talking with. And also the 12th house, by the way, numerologically, that's a 3 as well. So we have 3, 3, 3. This is really great harmony and connection. This is really great for creativity as well. And yeah, I feel like you're going to be very happy about the fruits of your labor, the hard work that it took, the time that it took to get here, the time that it took to develop all of this. Afterwards, like, you're going to feel so prosperous about the communication, about speaking about these things. And I also feel like there's things that are happening within the month of August, by the way, that are bringing you peace, that are bringing you more prosperity. Perhaps even within your career or within your work, there's like more work, especially if you're like working for yourself. For some reason, I'm seeing that you're getting more clients, more jobs, more business. For those of you that work at a company or a firm or something like this, for some reason, I'm seeing that there's some kind of prosperity here where you're being given more or being recognized for your work, and that recognition is leading to more prosperity. So that is also coming through. And let's go ahead and get any last cards for you for the month of August, my group 4s. Let's see, we also are going to take out this card. So we have move. A rolling stone gathers no moss. A rolling stone gathers no moss. So it's time to make moves. This month, August, is time to make moves rather than staying stagnant. Because, yeah, I mean, like, as you stay stagnant, I feel like you're going to feel the energy creeping up. I feel like it's just going to feel like things are getting stronger and stronger. This is your month to make a move, my group 4s. It's making a move to speak what's really on your mind. Then we also have the card of joy. So make time for little things today. The small things are actually what usually bring us the most joy. We also have the card of be present. Use the hours, but don't count them. Be present. So stop looking at your watch, stop looking at the clock. Just literally be present. Use the hours, but stop counting them. Use them and just enjoy them, love them. And then we also have rest. Slow down. You don't have to solve everything today. Slow down. We don't need to solve everything today. It will get solved within this month. all in divine timing. You're gonna feel it being able to unfold. So slow down. You don't have to do everything today. Surrender, have that patience, and just allow things to unfold. Listen to those inner feelings and allow them to unfold in their natural way. So that is what we have here for you, my beautiful group number 4s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video about your month of August. It definitely seems like your main theme is about expressing something that's been deep on your mind, and as you express it, it's literally gonna set you free. It's gonna bring peace, it's gonna bring prosperity, it's gonna bring happiness, it's gonna bring the ability to breathe in and just feel like a sense of calm. It's gonna bring back your sense of sensuality and inner essence of like, I just feel like I can be me again. I feel like I can be happy. I feel like I can be expressive. I feel like I can be in my element. So that is what's here for you. I'm sending you again all so much love, and until next time, bye.